Hello, guys. We're back with another exciting episode of the show, and we had a special guest for you planned today. We had the gayest, blackest man that I know, Alex English, but he canceled last minute because he was filming something. But now, luckily, we have. If you listen to the Patreon, you know this guy. You like him? It's another eye-tie like myself. My friend Dylan Palladino.
Thanks for letting them know that I was the not the special guest, but was the backup. That's nice.
Because we're talking about police murders.
Oh, you're right. So you wanted a gay black guy on here.
I wanted a gay black guy on.
Yeah, it's not as good to have it just two white guys.
No.
Yeah,
But
no, you're right. Actually, it makes perfect sense. Yeah.
so we're starting off this episode like we usually do with an apology. We're apologizing to everybody who listens, and but we're not. It's not going to be late.
Oh, is it sometimes late?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is the usual release date Wednesday?
We use Deb's equipment. Yeah.
Okay.
We use Deb's equipment sometimes,
Fucking Deb.
and there's cell phone interference on it,
What does that mean?
on her like interface. It goes.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like-
That's why you need to get a Zoom.
That's why I need a Zoom.
Oh, you're probably going to lose listeners because of that unless you get the Zoom.
We took the episode down. Yeah, I'm literally stuck in podcast hell. You know, but
It's all right, man. You'll figure it out. It's good.
yeah.
I'm just
But you know, it's like Donald Rumsfeld said during the Iraq War. He said, "You go to war with the army that you have, not the army that you want."
yeah.
So we're here with a 2-person Zoom
How do you feel about
with the army that we want.
the Ellen thing?
The Ellen thing?
Everyone's freaking out about
Oh, you know, I thought we could get into that at the end.
Okay,
but,
we'll do it at
but
the end.
You want to start off with it now?
it. Yeah, I feel like that'll ease us in. You know,
Sure.
we don't want to talk immediately just about black people getting shot. Maybe we talk about Ellen, and
Yeah.
then we get into
Yeah.
the murder of black people.
Yeah. Is that going to pick up on the thing?
Other people walking upstairs.
Walking around, yeah.
I'll probably hear it a little bit.
All right.
Who the fuck is that? Do you have
I don't
does
know.
Davy Jones live upstairs?
Yeah, I guess.
Sounds like someone's dragging chains.
There's a drag show upstairs.
It's all right, man. They appreciate
But this
it.
is like an
This
authentic.
is real.
This is like an authentic New York podcast.
This is an authentic New York podcast.
Yeah.
It's not going to always be like this, but sometimes
There's
they're going to have to deal with
trains.
it.
There's sirens.
Exactly.
There's, you know.
This is actually a pretty good soundproofed place.
Is it?
Shout out to one of your listeners who hit me up after the episode a
Nice.
couple days ago. I'll say his name. Make him feel good.
And now here you are on the regular show
Yeah?
with this huge platform.
Keith
and-
Bond.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know him?
I know the name. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice guy.
Mm-hmm. What's his home address?
What? Oh, I'll tell you right now. 682 Alvar Avenue, Pacific Palisades.
Nice. All right, so you want to start with the Ellen thing?
Yeah.
All right. It sounds like she's a CIA operative, just like Jeffrey Epstein.
That's what you think?
Yes.
You don't think maybe she just was hanging out with Bush and...
I think that this show is going to maybe break my brain because it's like the more you read, the more you start looking at all these people and the way they're... I don't think you can call them... I don't like to call them conspiracy theories.
What do you want to call them?
I just want to know what the fucking CIA is doing.
I think people like to make the CIA like they do more than they actually do.
Mhm.
I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I know, they did some shit in Latin America, right?
Yeah, they've been behind some pretty evil shit.
But is it proven?
And then when they got a Twitter account,
You get a Twitter?
they got it. Well, they joined Twitter in like 2014.
Okay.
And Ellen like retweeted them. And she was like, "This is what I love about the CIA, their sense of humor." Because their first tweet was like, "We cannot confirm nor deny this is our first tweet." And Ellen was like, "Oh my God, they're so funny."
That's kind of funny.
Yeah. I know George W. Bush was funny.
Yeah, I mean...
Saddam Hussein was funny.
Was he?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people killed.
Somebody, I was listening to some radio show, and they were talking about Saddam Hussein and when he was getting prosecuted, and he was like, "This, you call yourself a man?" Like to the prosecutor.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
That is funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people are freaking out. about the Ellen thing. It's just like I was talking to Francis Ellis about it today. You're allowed to be friends with people you don't agree with.
Yeah, but he's a war criminal.
Yeah, I understand. But like he was also it wasn't him specific. Like it wasn't just him.
But he sold the Iraq War, and there was no evidence of any kind of Al Qaeda connection, and there were no weapons of mass destruction.
Now, do you think that?
And then Dick Cheney made a ton of money. Other people who are smarter than me have said he's a war criminal, so I believe them.
Okay, but I kind of think he just really believed it.
Mm-hmm.
Because what if he went into it actually thinking there was...
You think somebody told him that there were weapons and they were a threat, and you think he believed the story? Yeah.
Shitty him, but he's not the smartest guy.
Yeah.
I think maybe...
You think somebody else was behind it?
Yeah. I think a lot of times you can, like, don't... What is that saying? Like, don't attribute, like, malice to something that can be attributed to...
Stupidity?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's called, like, something's razor. It's not Occam's razor, it's someone else's razor.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of razors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you probably did commit some bullshit.
Yeah.
But I mean, okay, so if you met someone that you knew, like, was a criminal,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
but you're hanging, like, let's say you're in a box.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then...
Also, another thing, too, is, like, Saddam's sons were, like, really bad.
Yeah.
So a lot of people died, Uday and Qusay.
Yeah,
There were stories of Uday Hussein, like, going into weddings and, like, he would, like, go and find a wedding and he would, like, rape the bride. I can't imagine anything. I heard that because I heard Sam Harris talking about it because I was just listening to, like, random clips. And then I looked it up and it's like, yeah, that's the most evil thing I've ever...
Yeah, so maybe him going to Iraq wasn't the worst thing in the world.
I would, you know what? Yeah, I feel like if I was president...
Yeah.
And I had an army of, like, poor kids, I would send them over. I would, like, go find that guy and kill him.
And they did. They killed both of them.
They killed both those cocksuckers.
I remember when it happened, my dad was like, we got him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people's dads were like that. Yeah. Actually, I was working at Wegmans at the time, and we were in the break room. And
what is Wegmans again?
It's like a fancy grocery store.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but some guy in the break room was like, only good thing that came out of that war. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Are you not a patriot?
You fucking asshole.
We love that war.
Yeah, I think back, it was such a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
It really sucks how much of a mistake it was.
Anyway, so what did you and Francis Ellis, another white man, say about
No, I was just like,
Ellen hanging out with...
I don't know, man, you're in a box and some guy comes up, like you're allowed to hang out with them, and what if they're like nice?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think we would all go, and I think if we were sitting next to George W. Bush, we would be polite.
Yeah, you wouldn't be like,
I don't think I would.
Fucking war
You're
criminal.
a fucking baby killer.
Yeah, that's a great way to not have. You also know you have to leave when you do that, right?
What?
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't.
You can't
sit
stay
next
and
to a
watch
guy.
the game. Yeah.
You can't sit next to the guy and be like, "You're a fucking asshole." All right.
Yeah.
You killed thousands of Americans.
Yeah.
And then turn and watch the game.
My dad would like bring us to like sports games sometimes because he would have like tickets for his company, and he would like bring clients there, and he would bring me and my brother, and yeah, it was so cool like being in a box. Like I would and I would never watch the game. I would just like eat chicken fingers and not watch the game and just drink soda and get fatter than I already was.
That's fucking amazing.
But yeah, but I was like, this is the greatest thing. So imagine like the owner of the Cowboys' box. There must have been kids for them to have sex with.
Well, I mean, I don't. You think so?
There must have been some stuff in that box, you know.
You think Ellen's into fucking kids?
I don't know. I heard she's like a sociopath. I heard she's really mean. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Louis said that one time on Opie and Anthony. He was like, "Yeah, I heard everything about her. I've just heard she's an awful, smelly, nasty." He just starts like, yeah, going off on.
Yeah,
her.
apparently she's like really nice on screen, and then off screen she's like really shitty to everyone, which sucks to hear. You know what I mean? You don't want to believe that.
Yeah. So there's some thread that somebody shared, and
About what?
about Ellen and her CIA connection.
You really think she's connected to the CIA?
Yes.
What? She's a fucking comedian.
Yeah, but she does comedy. She's famous though. She's part of the machine.
So you think once someone gets famous, then all of a sudden they get connections to government agencies and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Ellen DeGeneres and George W. Bush are the same thing, a thread. A leaked 2009 memo in an email exchange. Then Secretary of State Hillary Clinton singled out the Ellen DeGeneres show, which could be used to amplify and deliver messages that advance policymaking. State Department memo that's willing to use her platform to promote the agenda of the State Department.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
She agreed to that?
So this is an email. This is an email from, I guess, someone from the State Department.
Uh-huh.
Subject, if Ellen DeGeneres in L.A. I spoke with her and she said she would do whatever we asked, and so full speed ahead. This is someone from the State Department. So basically what they're, like, Ellen was met with, I guess, or someone from the State Department met with Ellen, and they said that, like, Ellen was willing to promote the State Department's agenda on the show.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah, and then when you look at that, okay, so you have like Bush, she's in the box with Bush, who's a war criminal. People see it, and then she gets on the show today, and she goes, "Yes, you're right. I was in a box with George W. Bush, but we need to like come together and be friends with people and share, views and whatever."
Yeah,
and I just feel like that's the narrative that they want. And I don't know, she's just able to like control the narrative.
She does have a lot of people that watch her show.
A lot of people watch that show.
But also like the point she's making is not bad.
What?
To be able to be with people that you don't necessarily agree with, and that's how you come and talk about things.
But he's done shit though. But
she's not implicit in any of that. Also, her hanging out with him is not like co-signing him.
Yeah, but if I found out that Colin Jost killed one person, I'd probably stop hanging out with him. Don't you think? If you found, who's like the most famous comedian that you know?
Probably you, dude.
Me? Okay.
Andy Haynes.
Okay, so me. It's me. So if you found out that like I went to like some village in like Slovenia or something, and there was like a family, and I like held them up at gunpoint, I tied them up, and I executed them all one by one. That's only 4 people that I killed. Would you continue to hang out with me?
Yeah, probably not.
You would? Probably not.
Probably not. Yeah, I'd be like, he's a different guy.
Yeah.
But if you like asked to hang out, I would probably at least see you like once more and be cool with you. I would have to like say it though.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably
also
bring it up to you.
People always go, "Oh, a million dead Iraqis." What about all the soldiers who died?
Yeah,
like what about
4,000?
It was like 4,000 Americans.
A million dead Iraqis?
They said it killed about 1 million people.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the shit that
so
I
the
don't
fact that she
know.
can get on, so the fact that this fucking scumbag can get on TV and be like, "You just got to talk to people who don't agree with you. We're all different. Let's celebrate our differences." It's like, it's disgusting, but millions of people are seeing that messaging, and millions of people are seeing that tweet from some nobody who goes, "Wow, Ellen and George Bush restored my faith in America." Because we can all just come together. People are going to do the same thing when Trump is like not president anymore.
I don't know if they'll do that. I think
they're going to forget.
I think they'll look back on him and be like, "What an insane presidency."
Yeah.
Be like, he was good.
I know, but people were saying that like Bush deserves to be in jail, and like, and you could even make the argument that Trump hasn't done as much damage as Bush has.
Okay, but hold on. So if you're the president and then you send people over there, and then a lot of these Iraqis are getting killed by the American army, or whatever. You still think
and then insurgents and like
for all of that, one guy?
It was his war.
Yeah, it was his war, but America's not a dictatorship.
Yeah, but he sold us the war, and he had the power.
The help of his advisors and with people in the chief of staff.
Well, then they should all be in jail then. But like,
okay,
it's not like he didn't. It's not like he. You can't be the fucking president. And you're like, "Oh, okay, whatever you say, guys." I mean, if you have that, if you have literally that level of like critical thinking, then you should be in jail because you're a fucking idiot. Anyway,
another word.
I don't want to. What, retard? So then it says that like.
I did not know she was connected to the State Department. That's pretty crazy. Honestly, that's
so basically what they were doing though with Ellen's connection though to like so she was like, okay, she was willing to spread the State Department's message, and even if it was like in a pretty soft way, like if it wasn't her explicitly saying like let's go to war and bomb the shit out of Libya or whatever it is, it was like her sort of like, okay, if she portrays the military in like a fun, family oriented, like sympathetic way, which I think a lot of these guys are. I mean, they're all like poor kids.
Not all. A lot of the infantry, yes, they have like no way out.
Yeah,
it's their only option.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean it's almost like it's like propaganda. So that's the propaganda that they're doing on like a daytime morning show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine what they're doing on like CNN and MSNBC and whatever other outlets are.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it all happening.
A big thing.
It always seems to me like people like to make it more than what's actually going on. There's all this like behind the scenes talk of that. This is what they're doing. That's what they're doing, and they are doing some shit. And honestly, I might just be ignorant of a lot of it. But a lot of it to me seems like, oh, they do all this shit behind closed doors. But then you don't. None of it's actually made that public, which might just be that it's kept under wraps because they're good about not having any news agency like talk about it a lot. You know?
But the thing is, you need like public support to go to war. You can't have a war that the people don't support. So you have to like get the messaging in to like support what you're doing. And that's why every fucking movie like, before and after 9/11 was like just portraying Arabs badly and then I think.
You think Hollywood was implicit in it or complicit in it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
We're going to do an episode about that. But yeah. No, we are going to.
Oh, okay.
Without giving too much away, I saw this movie, Rules of Engagement, and it's like...
I think you told me about this.
Yeah, the movie's basically like Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about this in the truck.
He kills like 80 Arab people, and the whole movie is like they're trying to make sure he gets found innocent for massacring... Now you find out that the people that he killed had guns and they were jihadists. Yeah. But dude, he kills like women, kids, old people.
But you're just saying that they're jihadists.
You want to fight a war? You fucking pussy! Let's see you do it, bitch! And a bunch of dads are like, that's right. Sometimes you gotta kill a few kids. So.
Yeah, no, you're right. All right.
Also, like, okay, so here's another thing too. When I hear somebody go like. When I hear somebody say Russia, just like a red flag goes up. And I'm like, this person is a fucking mark. Because they keep doing this Russia thing. They want us to think that, like... Russia's going to kill us or something.
Actively affected the election and, like, changed votes and stuff.
Yeah.
When in reality, they were just spreading propaganda and trying to sway it whatever way they could. Which they've also been doing every single election.
Yeah.
Just not as outward.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the Russia thing... But they've just moved on to the Ukraine thing now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like they're trying to see if that will do anything. Which I don't think it will.
No, I just feel like but anytime you hear like a liberal person being like, oh my God, it's Russia. Like Russia is like, I think Russia has like 100 million people.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're like a threat. Because I heard... And I don't really know, and I should know this, but I don't. Somebody said one time that like the size of the U.S. military, like if every other country in the world tried to like go against our military, that we would still destroy them, and then some.
Maybe China's the only one that they've got like more advanced technology, but yeah.
Yeah,
Russia attacked us. I don't think we're worried about like. An attack. If anything, I think if anything, attacks would be. I don't think it's gonna be ground wars as much anymore. It's just gonna be like
nukes.
I don't think nukes because then everyone's dead.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, strategic strikes on different places, like EMP, some shit like that, or like really crippling someone's electronics, like with an EMP, and then you can attack because, like Red Dawn style.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Imagine they just took away Twitter and people are just stabbing each other in the street because there's nobody to fight with. Yeah.
Dude, I'm going to one of those haunted houses at the end of the month.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
My friend signed us up for it.
Uh-huh.
And we're going the night where they turn the lights off.
Uh-huh.
And it's in an asylum.
Uh-huh.
An ex-asylum. And all they do is give you a glow stick to get around.
Why would you put yourself through that?
Dude, I didn't think it would be like that. He just said, you want to go to this? And I was like, you know what? I'll check it out. Maybe it'll be kind of funny. Maybe I'll get it like... Who knows? Maybe you could talk shit about it. And then he mistakenly signed us up for that night.
Yeah.
And in the review, it's like they take fucking gooey tuna fish and they rub it on your cheeks and shit, dude.
Why would you do that?
That
sucks.
He already bought the tickets.
How much were the
dude.
tickets?
Like $70.
Haunted houses suck.
Yes. He already bought the fucking tickets. And
I don't like... Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. And they said they pull your hair sometimes, dude. I'm going to fucking...
Really?
fight someone.
That's going to suck.
Yeah.
I like being scared, but I don't like being jump scared.
Yeah, when I like jump, if I like jump scare, I think I'm gonna just punch someone. You know?
Yeah. Fuck. One time Deb did that to me. She she jump scared me, and I had flowers I was bringing home for her, and she scared me. And I don't like to be scared, and I took the flowers and I punted them across the street.
It's like it's just like never do that again.
Yeah.
Damn.
Anyway, so let's talk about some real fucking criminals like we always do. Let's talk about the Dallas PD. Those dirty motherfuckers.
Those dirty bastards.
So as we know, I owe you guys another episode. We did an episode with Deb talking about Amber Geiger and the trial, but the audio got fucked up. So there was no episode last week. There was one for like 10 minutes if you caught it.
And then
but I owe you guys a bonus episode. No.
Did you just realize it was bad?
Yeah. Although I did kind of lose my cool on Twitter today on somebody.
Oh, what happened?
He just said I'm not funny, and then I was like, this fucking asshole, and then my dog got upset, and I was like, I just lost my cool a little.
Is it on there? Can I see it?
Yeah, no, but don't look it up.
I want to see.
Come on, dude.
What, dude?
Come on, dude. It's embarrassing.
You can't tell me something like that. You can't tell me something like that and then not expect me to want to look it up.
I don't think it was even good what I said.
Let me see it then.
I was just like, you're a nothing. That's what I said.
Oh, damn.
Which I knew I shouldn't. No, but I knew I shouldn't have engaged. But he made my dog mad.
He did?
Yeah.
How do you make your dog mad?
Because I was mad, and then Frankie was like,
Does Frankie
sure
react
okay
if you get
when
mad?
I'm mad? Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's pretty cute.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Dallas.
All right, so Dallas. So the
So I
trial,
read the article. I looked into it. Betham Shem Jean or whatever, right?
He gets killed about a year ago in his apartment by some dumb bitch.
By some dumb, well, I don't know.
You know,
what do you think about it?
Well, last week I was like, oh, this whole situation, like, it's really sad. It sucks. Whatever. Like, now I'm like, but. So there was a witness in this case.
Yeah, but he was
this guy Joshua Brown.
Yeah, but he was just next door. He didn't see it happen. He said he heard.
Yeah.
Her go in an altercation and then her shoot him. He said he didn't hear her give instructions or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But one thing that she said was that she went to she told him, like, let me see your hands. She told him to put his hands up.
Yes.
And he contradicted that. He said that he
did not hear her.
He did not hear her say that.
Give directions. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. It sounded like she was a little bit trigger happy. Maybe.
But you really think she would go into another guy's apartment and just cap some random dude for no reason? I think she went in. I think she thought it was her apartment.
She thought it was her apartment, but the guy's on the couch in his underwear, like eating ice cream. And it doesn't... You would think she would know it wasn't her apartment.
I think when you believe something... Like, have you ever walked into someplace and... I'll give this example. Have you ever been thinking that you're going north, and then after 2 or 3 blocks, you realize you're going west, and you go like, wait, hold on, I need to like get my bearings. And it takes you a second because your brain has to like completely turn the city because in its head it thought you were going somewhere else.
Yeah.
And so you're completely confused.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this guy doing upstairs?
They're like in their 20s and they're fucking annoying. It's like...
Are they fucking?
I don't know, but Deb told me they were like fighting the other night.
They're just...
I don't know what it is.
Stopped.
Yeah.
Anyway, if that happens, you get totally... Like, you don't know where you are. So I could see her going in. This is not... By the way, this is not to say that what she did isn't wrong. Like, it is wrong.
Yeah.
But I could see her going in and being like, I don't know where I am. And... getting freaked out by the guy there. I will say, if you see a guy in his underwear eating food, you would probably freak out, maybe pull your gun and be like, what the fuck is going on? You wouldn't, you're not threatened by him. You wouldn't shoot him unless like he runs towards you.
Yeah.
But
well, you could have had I mean, I don't know, but then also it's like, I know we're getting into semantics, but I think a lot of people are angry because they're like, because it's like, if you're a black person in this country, you're worried about getting shot, and then they're like, "Oh shit, it could happen like in my house."
Yeah,
you know. But yeah, I mean, I guess I could imagine a scenario where like she's confused because she thinks it's her apartment. He's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Wait," and he like comes toward her a little bit
towards her,
because the same thing happened when the cop shot Philando Castile. He goes and because it is important to look at the details of these things.
Yes.
Even though it's all like fucked up and cops aren't held accountable.
Yes.
For anything, but when you look at like what actually happened, like he goes, I should tell you, I do have a firearm on me, and he's like, taking the firearm out to put it on the dashboard
because he's thinking in his head, this is gonna help. Yeah, that's what's going through his head.
Yeah.
The cop, on the other hand, his adrenaline is spiked. His everything's up. He's freaked out. He probably doesn't know how to handle himself under pressure. He's never dealt with this.
That's pretty stupid, though, right?
What? To pull a gun out?
That the guy goes, I have to let you know for the cop to think that he's going to he's going to shoot him. He's going, I have to let you know I do have a firearm on me.
As
and he's
soon as
taking
someone
it
pulls
out,
a firearm out, you as the cop are going to freak out. Dude.
You're going to freak out.
You're not thinking, what are they logically going to do? Because it's not about logic. People do illogical stuff. And also, like, people do get shot, you know? But your job as a cop is to keep your cool. That's your fucking job.
Yeah.
That's what you should do. That's what you should be trained to do.
Yeah.
And if you can't do that, then you shouldn't be a cop.
It's hard to keep your cool sometimes, though.
You're right, but you're supposed. But then don't do the job.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
Or get trained onto how to notice, because you should be able to notice the cycle or the physical and physiological symptoms of getting worked up, and then consciously tell yourself, all right, I need to take some deeper breaths.
Yeah,
it's gonna be okay.
Yeah,
don't tell myself to relax as well, because you shouldn't be like held with impunity. You know, you shouldn't be able to do things with impunity. You should be held accountable.
But that's the other thing too. It's like, how many videos have you seen where like a guy's got a knife or something, or maybe like a baseball bat, and he ends up like getting shot? I mean, there should be ways to.
I mean, a knife and a baseball bat are different. A knife, I could see you being like, this guy could come at me.
Yeah. Baseball bat. No, but I've seen videos where like a guy's like holding a knife. I don't know. Just, you shouldn't
shoot someone. Yes.
Right.
You definitely shouldn't shoot to kill. Cops should never be shooting to kill, unless someone's coming at them with a gun or is trying to kill them. If you feel threatened, like.
But then if you shoot somebody, but then if you shoot, but I think the reason they shoot to kill is because like if you shoot somebody in the leg, then they might like freak out, and they'll like sort of lose control, and they might kill you. I mean, there is a video that I saw one time of like, there's a guy with a gun, and it's from like 1992 or something. And I forget what the guy's name was, but there's some Army veteran, and the guy's like nuts, and the cop, he like gets in the cop's face. The cop's holding a gun to him. And he like gets in the cop's face, and he pulls out a rifle, and then he ends up shooting. He kills the deputy, and I'm pretty sure that they show every cop that in training. I'm pretty sure they do that, because I was looking at the comments.
This is what could happen. Yeah,
because I was looking at the comments, and it was like, "Yep, I've seen this video a million times." So,
well, I saw a video of this guy is in a cell phone store, and a robber comes in. A guy comes in to rob the store, and he pulls out a gun, and he comes in. The clerk has a concealed carry. As the guy comes in, the clerk, without missing a beat, pulls the gun out and shoots the guy 5 times.
Yeah.
And I remember I was like, God damn, he didn't need to kill him. But then I was talking to my brothers, and they were like, dude, because I remember I was trying to talk to my brothers about it. I was like, dude, that guy probably wasn't going to kill that dude. He was probably just going to try and rob him.
You don't know,
but it's just like, you don't know.
Yeah.
So
it's him or me.
But then that same argument could be made to go, you don't know, so that's why he's going to potentially overreact. I still don't think it's hard, man, because Philando Castile, he was trying to do the right thing, which was like tell him he has a gun.
Yeah.
But also, when you're with the cop and you know a cop's there, I think the most important thing...
Okay, the other thing that was fucked up about that, though, is like, you watch the video and the cop's going, I told him not to reach for it, and he's still got his fucking gun drawn. Like, you would think that, okay, like, I just made a mistake. Maybe I can holster my weapon and try to give this guy some kind of, like, medical attention and not let him fucking bleed to death in his car.
Okay, I get what you're saying, but like... You have to imagine you are now in the worst situation of your entire life. You are freaking out. You are like, I don't know enough of the psychology of it, but in that moment, I don't think you're not gonna move. You're like, there's fight, flight, and freeze. I think he's in freeze, where he is in shock of what just happened.
But he's still got his gun drawn, and he's focused.
That's what I'm saying. His gun is in his hand because he just shot him, and he's like, fuck.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make excuses, but I think
why not holster the gun and be like, oh shit, and do whatever you can to save this guy's life and not let him die? Is that not part of... I mean, I don't know. Is that not part of procedure? Or like...
All of this is not what... The point I'm trying to make is not that any of this is okay. As a cop, none of this should be... You should be trained to have all of this not be happening. Like, that's why you should... As a cop, you need to be held accountable for doing stuff like this because that's your job. But I don't think this guy was, like, malicious in it. I think it was him freaking out.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I'm trying to say is that I think it was him...
He just got scared.
A bad cop.
Yeah.
Like, bad... And, I mean, who knows? He could have been. I don't know if it helps proving whether he was or not. Yeah. But it still is... It's a horrible look. And for all this to, like, continue happening... Which is to say, like, to get back to the point, is that... I don't think she went in with the intent of shooting this guy. Are people trying to argue that?
No.
No.
They're just saying that she was irresponsible and she was probably drunk. And I think she was sexting with... Although the worst take I saw about this was from some lady, Jill Filipovic, who's like one of these like liberal feminists. And she was like, I hate to say I was shocked that the jury convicted her, but do you think they would have convicted her if they hadn't painted her as a homewrecker? And it's like, can white women not think about themselves for fucking 5 minutes? This isn't about you. I know you fucked a married guy sometime and your friend got mad at you, but like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's
yes,
so
they
fucking
probably
stupid.
would have still convicted. Yes, I think they would have still convicted a woman for shooting a guy in his fucking house. For killing a guy. For killing a guy in his house.
For manslaughter, yes. Yeah, they would have fucking convicted him.
Okay, so let's talk about this because we spent some time talking about like this what a cop is thinking, but you have to wonder like, what's it like to be black? And you see so many people get killed. You see so many unarmed people get killed by cops. I'm not really like afraid of cops. I was doing a moving job one time, like a few years ago. Yeah. Or that it happens to like your family. Like guys like me and you. we don't really look threatening. Like if there's
No.
any kind of issue. I was doing a moving job a few years ago, and something happened where like the cop tried to pull over the guy who was driving the truck, and he didn't pull over. He like didn't see the cop. No, it was for a different moving company. So he like didn't see the cop, and then the cop like followed him down, and like a bunch of other detectives came, and like another cop had his gun drawn, and he was like, oh shit, and like the cop was like, you didn't see me?
Oh my God.
You didn't see me try to pull you over? And then so like they call for backup. I mean, it was kind of weird. Two white guys.
The driver was white.
Truck. The driver was white too.
Okay.
Driver was like, whiter than me.
I mean,
and
dude, I had one time. My friend and I were sleeping at my mom's place. I was in high school.
Yeah.
And he left, and I guess he set the alarm off.
Yeah.
And the cops came.
Yeah.
And they saw that the door was like ajar.
Mm-hmm.
So then they called for backup because it's protocol.
Mm-hmm.
So then I wake up to two freaking assault rifles pointed at me.
Really?
And the guy telling me to slowly get out of bed.
Really?
So yeah. And I was...
Were you scared?
19.
Yeah.
Honestly, no, dude. I just woke up and I was so confused.
Yeah.
And I also was like, I'm not gonna... But I do remember thinking, I was under covers, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I had made any sudden movements, I might have gotten shot.
They could have shot
If I had been like... I would probably have gotten shot. But I just slowly was like... I put my hands up.
Yeah.
And, But yeah, it's they're on edge, dude. I think because as soon as you become a cop and you have a gun, you then get into the mindset of
people trying to kill you.
People are gonna try and
yeah. But nobody really kills cops anymore.
Yeah, like
they do. They harass them though, which is pretty funny.
Is it?
It's kind of funny.
Yeah, I guess maybe a little bit.
But I just think like so. Yeah, so we got
as the guy who's in the apartment. Like I think it's scary as fuck for him. First of all, someone being in your apartment is scary as fuck. You don't know.
Yeah.
And then that you realize that they have a gun.
But she was in uniform though. She was in uniform. It's not like it's just some lady.
I think that would almost make me. I don't know about him, but that would. I feel like that would almost make me feel more at ease because you'd go, oh, it's a cop. They're not going to do anything crazy.
Right.
But for him, it probably made him even more scared because he goes, oh, fuck, it's a cop. I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah. Oh, you'd get more scared if it was a cop?
I think as a black dude, maybe. This would have been great if Alex was here because he
as a black dude.
Yeah. So what was her... What was her?
But I'm just saying this, like when we were doing that moving job, like a bunch of like cops came and then detectives showed up and then like they made us like sit on the ground like behind the truck and it was like cold out and I remember like both the cops, like one was like my age and one was like a little bit older, but there was like a thing where I'm like, oh, that's like a guy, even though he's in uniform, that's like a guy like me.
Yeah.
When you're like, I feel like sometimes maybe when you're black, you understand that cops don't see you as a guy like you.
Yeah, maybe.
They see you as like a dangerous criminal because you dress a little differently, and so you got to deal.
Yeah, and they've also
with
been
that.
Like brainwashed into.
And then at one point, I was like, "Can I put my hands in my pockets?" And they were like, "Leave them out for a little bit." But then they frisked me and they let me put my hands in my pockets because it was cold. But I didn't. Yeah, I didn't feel scared or anything. Yeah, it's tough. Well, anyway, so one of the witnesses was murdered Saturday night.
Yeah, Joshua.
This guy, Joshua Brown.
Joshua Brown. I don't think it was... I don't see the conspiracy in it.
Why?
I know people want to, but they went to his house. They found, like, kilos of weed, 140 THC cartridges.
You don't think it's weird that he was killed, like, days after he testified in a high-profile...
It wouldn't make any sense. Why the fuck would you kill him after? That makes no sense. If anything, you kill him before. Killing him after doesn't do anything. It would be stupid. It just brings light to it. If you kill him after, that's a dumb use of power. You're gonna kill this dude after. Who's it sending a message to? No one. If anything, it's going to make people look into you. The cops know that the spotlight is on them. They know that people are going to look into it. They know the NAACP, if this shit happens, they're going to go after them. It would just be so fucking stupid for them to do.
You know what I think? I think you're stupid. Thanks for listening, everybody. That's the end of it. No, just kidding. I'm going to grab I'm gonna grab a water.
I'll pause it. All right. Mike's drinking.
All right.
Back.
So you honestly think it was a coincidence?
It just wouldn't make any sense for them to do that. What, to retaliate? What, are they, the fucking mob?
Maybe.
I think it's fun for people to think that, but it just doesn't make any sense to me. Also, they found 3 guys. They found a guy that got shot, this guy Jocks Mitchell or whatever, who said that someone got shot twice, and then Joshua Brown got shot twice, and he's known for, he had gotten in trouble for, I think.
Careful. He's known for what, Dylan? He's known for what?
What, didn't he get in trouble for dealing drugs?
He was a known. He was a known Dragon Ball Z fan.
He was a thug. No, wasn't he known for selling drugs? And it said it in the article. He gotten involved with the law before, which doesn't mean that none of this is saying he's a bad guy, by the way. It's just saying
you're right.
It would make sense that he was involved with a drug deal that potentially went bad.
Yeah, in September and November of 2018, he was involved in a shooting outside a Dallas strip club where he got like shot in the foot or something, and they think that maybe it was like someone from his childhood trying to get back at him or something.
He thought he was the target to like get killed.
Yeah, they are alleging that they found marijuana in his house. They're saying like 12 pounds of marijuana.
Yeah, 140. Now, the only thing with that is, I will say, you could just easily just say that. You know,
you could easily say that. And another thing is, like, you have to see, I feel like you really have to pay attention to, because sometimes there's just like something in, like, your instincts just kick in when you're being bullshitted. And I feel like,
okay, well, here's an example of something where your instincts kicked in that was right. Jussie Smollett,
yeah,
all right?
Yeah.
That is a lot more conspicuous,
yeah,
and I think trippy than this is. I think this happened, and it goes, and then you go, whoa, kind of coincidence that it happened right after he got shot. Right,
it was funny, the Jussie Smollett thing, when that came out, and people were like, this is, there were a few people who kind of jumped to that, like,
jumped very quickly.
This is horrible. Yeah. And he was attacked because he went to Subway, and two guys said, this is MAGA country.
Yeah, and called him the F word and the N-word.
It's the same thing when, like, someone goes, oh my God, there's vandalism, and somebody writes like blacks rule on the sidewalk, which is just like what your dad would imagine black people say. Blacks rule.
Blacks rule.
Yeah, it's like you have to pay attention when that bullshit meter goes off, and like when people start talking about Russia, anytime someone goes, oh, Russia, I go, all right, I don't think so.
Bullshit, yeah.
And then like
Jesus, you're ripping ones.
So yeah, Russia, and then I also saw like so I just like, when I want to research the show, I just search Twitter, and I just put in stuff, and I see what people are talking about. Okay. And I saw this like, this one account, it was like an ambiguous like profile picture, and the account only had like, 200 followers or something.
That's
and
not horrible.
It's not horrible.
200 is better than, I used to have 200 followers because I never used it.
Yeah.
200 is better than 42.
Yeah.
But anyway, so it's kind of a sketchy.
But it was like an ambiguous like profile picture, and it was like, but it was a black woman that was the profile picture. Okay. And it said like,
not as trippy.
What?
That's not as suspect.
Well, I just think that if you were trying to control the narrative, I'm not saying it's a fake Twitter account, but it makes you wonder, because what she said was like, this guy looks like a drug dealer. So I just feel like, do people? I read that, I was like, do people talk like that? And do people? Okay, but do people?
Yes, people talk like that. If you're saying do black people talk like that,
that's like a stupid thing to say. It's a stupid
thing to say. It is. A lot
of
people are fucking
stupid. It's a really fucking stupid thing to say. So like, if stupid people are going, yeah, whatever, he looks like a drug dealer, then we owe it to ourselves and to this guy to like take a deeper look and not accept what they're telling us. It's just very, I mean, I just have a very, very hard time believing this guy was murdered 2 days after he testifies and after this cop gets sentenced. The other thing that I wanted to say was that Yeah, they said he was like dealing drugs. The other thing I want to say,
guys, if you have any more information on this or you have a differing opinion, please feel free to shoot me a DM and tell me why I'm wrong. All right, I would love to see it. I'm not being facetious, because school me. Let me know when I'm not seeing, because I need to be awakened to how this is because I this conspiracy theory I really just don't buy.
You don't buy it.
Like I said, it makes no fucking sense to me.
Okay, so they arrested some suspects that they think that.
3 dudes.
So what they're saying is that like
they
he was involved.
One suspect. The 2 other guys are still at large.
So I'll give it. So like, okay, wait. Let me just read this statement from the family though.
Okay.
On behalf of the family of Joshua Brown, this office encourages the Dallas Police Department to turn over this murder investigation to an alternate investigative agency. This family and their representatives have consciously avoided speculating about law enforcement involvement in this tragedy. However, due to the proximity of this murder with the trial of Amber Geiger, rumors abound. It will be nearly impossible to conduct a reliable investigation in a climate where the investigation agency has been implicated in the murder itself. I mean, that is like asking the mob. It's like the mob investigating like.
But who has implicated them in it? Who is implicated them in it besides people just going, "Oh, that seems kind of weird." That's it.
A member of the Dallas Police Department was convicted.
No. I'm saying for this murder of Joshua Brown.
But somebody from the Dallas PD already killed somebody involved in the case. So wouldn't it essentially...
What do you mean?
Like, he testified and she... The lady cop.
The lady... Okay, Amber Geiger killed... The lady cop. The lady cop.
Yeah.
You're saying Amber Geiger killed Gene... What is his name?
Botham Gene.
Botham Gene. She killed Botham Gene.
This would be like if the mob kills somebody and then they investigate who kills like a witness. I mean, it's already a huge conflict of interest. They probably hate this guy. They're watching him, and then he was also supposed to be involved in a civil suit because they might prove that the Dallas Police Department was like negligent and that she wasn't trained properly.
Okay, well,
so the family's suing.
Then.
Okay, but the family's
that
suing. That
makes it different. That makes it that they want to kill this guy so that he doesn't testify in the civil suit. That I could then see someone try to make the argument that, okay, they want to get rid of him so that he didn't testify again because maybe his testimony was very good, and he was very believable and someone that could be a rock solid anchor in the case against the Dallas PD.
Yeah,
I don't have a problem with having a third party investigate. I think that might even be a good idea.
Yeah,
but.
I mean, that's all they're asking for here. It says
if this dude got like Seth White.
Yeah.
If this dude got like Seth White capped, where someone came up and just shot his ass in the back of the head randomly at 2 a.m., left everything in his pants, and that was it, that would be really trippy. The Seth White thing is so obvious.
Seth Rich?
Seth Rich. Sorry, not Seth White. Seth Rich.
Yeah.
Seth Rich thing is so obvious that someone had him murdered.
Oh, you think?
Fuck yeah, dude. Someone comes up and shoots him in the back of the head.
I thought that's been debunked, though.
But, like, how?
I don't know. Let's Google it.
These people listening are so pissed that I'm bringing this up, and
or they're pissed at me for being a woke bitch.
Yeah. I like him. Whoever's listening. I like you fucking cocks.
It is important for everyone involved in this case not only be solved, but the conclusion arrived by investigators to be seen as authentic and reliable. A cloud of suspicion will rest over this case until steps are taken to ensure the trustworthiness of the process. The Brown family would like to extend their heartfelt gratitude to everyone in the community that has supported them and encouragement at this time of their bereavement. Yeah, it's inherently a conflict of interest for them to be investigating. It's like the fox watching the hen house, dude. Here, let me Google Seth Rich debunk.
I'm looking at it right now. Do you want to pause this so they don't have to deal with...
Go ahead.
Okay, we're back.
All right, it looks like the Seth Rich thing has been debunked.
No,
I don't have time to get into it.
I
also don't care. Fuck him.
No, but here's what I'll say about that.
Fuck him and fuck his family.
Is that if you...
That's what I have to say. That's the Sit Down Podcast official statement.
Picture of his family,
Matt Anderson,
like, in a jokey way. Like,
I'm Matt Anderson, and I say fuck Seth Rich's family.
Okay, so here's the thing: the cops they said shit like that has been happening before, and so we're gonna deem it as just another murder. It seems to fit into the other murders that have been happening and doesn't stray far from it. So if you're going to believe the cops for that, then you have to also choose to believe the cops for what they say about the Joshua Brown thing.
People who work for Hillary Clinton get killed all the time. I mean, I don't know. I don't know who's doing it.
I don't know what to tell you, man.
Look, all I know is they all seem to have the same boss.
And they all seem to get shot in the back of the head. Dude, if you're gonna believe that the cops,
all I know is
right
that they all had dirt. They all got assaulted by Bill Clinton. Actually, there is a thing we should kind of look into that. They did it on Come Down and they did it on Kumia's show, but it's called like the Clinton kill list, and it's everybody who was associated.
I would love to research into that and come on and talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
I'll do that. I'll do research into that when I come on.
This is the problem that's like. She's just part of this awful system where I'm not going to speculate whether or not Hillary Clinton is killing people. I don't think she is. I don't think she's killing American people. Listen, Alex Jones.
Yeah. She's got a kill list.
But apparently there was some girl who like accused Bill Clinton of like touching her, and then she got just like popped at a Starbucks. Like she was working there. Yeah.
That would be pretty gangster. If you just were like, if someone spoke out about her husband, you're like, kill them?
Yeah, she's ride or die.
Yeah.
Deb, if I raped a woman...
What?
Hey, Deb, if Mike raped the chick, would you have her killed?
No.
We're trying to see if you're...
kill him for cheating on me.
Okay.
Oh, so you're not a ride or die like Hillary Clinton. It's good to know, Deb. You're not a real.
That's what I want.
You're not a boss bitch.
When I end up proposing to a girl, I want to know that
she'll kill your rape victims.
I just want to know she'll kill a woman for me.
Yeah. No, the Clintons got married, and then they had like the secret ceremony. Where they were just married by like a skeleton, and she was like, "Bill, I promise to keep
like 10 kids.
I promise to keep murdering all the young women that accuse you of rape." He's like, "Thanks, Hillary.
Thanks, Hillary."
Yeah, I'll only rape a few. I'll try to rape less women.
Yeah, they sacrificed 10 Haitian babies.
I promise you. Yeah, but it's like she's just part of that awful system that like it's like her and Ellen are in on it, and they don't. Oh
my god, the Ellen thing.
No, her and Ellen are part of this thing where they can do whatever they want.
Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, I say this conspiracy theory it's at a 5 right now. I could be convinced if other evidence comes out, but it also can seem just as likely to me to be a complete random act.
All right, here's my take.
Okay.
I don't think that Hillary... I think it's hard to be a woman in politics. And I think that...
Wait, we're talking about...
No. It's hard to be a woman in politics. You have to do a lot. You have to play dirty. And I don't think that Hillary's killed all the people that we think she has.
But she's killed some people.
She's killed at least 3. Yeah. That's my story. That's what I believe.
Okay.
Anyway, you should listen to this show, and then maybe we'll talk about... I don't know. Where is it? The origins of the set. Okay, so there's a... I just want to find this... Let's plug this podcast. Maybe we'll talk about it in the... If you're a Patreon or something, maybe we'll talk about it in the Patreon group. 27-year-old man from Omaha working the DNC.
Seth Rich?
Yeah. I mean, who knows? But speaking of murders, so you don't think that... So basically the Dallas PD alleged that Joshua Brown was killed in a botched drug deal. They said that these guys drove in from New Orleans, and they were like... And the deal went south, and they shot him. Now, somebody was like, why would they drive to Dallas from New Orleans to buy drugs? But it's like, if you're trying to rob a drug dealer, you probably would cross state lines. Like, you probably would go farther away, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why they... If they were going to pick up, it wouldn't really make any sense.
Yeah.
Unless one of them was from Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
but how do you botch a drug deal? It's like, okay, here's the drugs, here's the money. What? Like, no one needs to get killed.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, what if he's just like, yeah. I mean, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't make that much sense.
Yeah.
But it makes as little sense as a conspiracy for him to get fucking murdered after he already testified makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely something is up, I think.
Yeah.
The whole botched drug dealer thing doesn't fully seem...
Well, the other thing I want to say is, like, when you look at, like, okay, when you look... Sorry, something just fell. When you look at people who kill other people, it's usually not this, like, smoky room diabolical thing done by... It's, like, people who
It's
are...
pretty cut and dry.
It's dumb, but sometimes it's, like, it's dumb people who are pissed off.
Yes,
And if
most of the
somebody
time.
sent you to jail, I mean, you know, we're friends.
Yeah.
Like, but if somebody sent one, like... I mean, you don't know. You're watching somebody testify, and this person that you're friends with goes to jail for 10 years. Maybe you're pissed, and you're like, let's kill him because we can, and then we're going to be the ones investigating the murder. It's not like cops rat on each other. Another thing too is like
That's pretty diabolical, though, dude. That's like premeditated murder. That's not like in the heat of the moment he pulls out a gun and shoots him.
Yeah, but it's
and
like stupid people get mad and they're like, fuck you.
But was he the key witness that was what turned the case?
He was like a key witness, yeah.
I'm not saying I couldn't be convinced. I'm just saying right now, it's not as cut and dry as I think you think it is.
Okay.
I think you're very much like this would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
The Ferguson shit that we were going to talk about makes me a little bit more queasy.
Yeah.
Or just like, okay, what's going on here?
So they say that 6 Ferguson activists have turned up dead in the past like 5 years or something.
One overdosed on fentanyl, which like that
one
could just
overdosed on
happen.
fentanyl on a bus.
Okay, what? People don't do fucking heroin on buses?
Why would he do it? Why would he do it on a bus?
Maybe he took it and then went onto the bus.
Yeah, but a bus is like a public place. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
That one is
guy,
not that suspicious.
Okay,
to me.
one guy found a box in his car. This guy didn't get killed, but he was like a prominent
It's
leader.
Reverend. Yeah, found a box. Okay, that just...
And there was a python in it.
Okay, but you think someone's going to just fucking put a python in someone's car? And
Yeah,
be
they're
like,
stupid.
That's...
People who try to kill people are stupid.
No one is trying to kill someone with a snake. No one is. If you try and kill someone with a snake
Dude,
and you succeed,
have you ever played Hitman?
That's fucking
Hold
baller.
on. Have you ever played Hitman?
No, what, on PlayStation 1?
It's on PlayStation 4.
Hitman?
Yeah, the fun of Hitman is that you kill people in like more creative, like diabolical ways instead of just
So
shooting
you
a
think
guy.
this
You
guy
just,
was
like,
trying to
you just,
Hitman
like,
this
trick.
Reverend?
You just like fuck up his balcony so he falls off the balcony. And it looks like an accident. The
Okay,
more
yes.
the more you play the game, the more you play the game of killing black protesters. You're like,
yes, no one is going and finding a dead reverend in a snake in a fucking python's stomach and going, oh shit, I guess he let his
Yeah, but
python
they're trying to
out.
one-up themselves.
That's the most conspicuous way to kill someone ever. How the fuck does a python get in someone's car?
okay, let's leave that one alone for a little bit. The
one-
other two,
that
but
one
two
I think
guys.
is just someone pranking him.
Okay, there were 2 guys who were found shot in burnt out cars. Shot in burnt out cars. Why?
That's sketchy.
When has that ever happened? And then also there was a guy who like hung himself on his front lawn. First of all, nobody hangs himself on their front lawn.
If you're an exhibitionist, maybe
Yeah.
you really want to. You like get off to how many people
Yeah,
are
but
going to see.
black people don't kill themselves.
Yeah, you're right. No,
They
I
don't.
think
Sometimes they. I mean, Chappelle had a bit about that in his special.
did he?
Yeah, he's like this guy. He's talking about this guy who like fucked up. This guy who fucked up his life. He's like, never occurred to this guy to kill himself.
Yeah, you're right.
Black
people don't usually kill themselves.
And also
Definitely
they
a white
don't.
person thing.
Well, it's also a white person thing to like make a fucking spectacle about it, like to be like, "This world is just too much for me," and you like jump
to
off
write
a
a
building and then you
manifesto.
write a manifesto
Yeah.
and then just ruin someone's commute. That's like someone who like has an exaggerated sense of how
Sense of
important
self,
they are. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Him killing himself is not the most suspicious thing to me either. It's kind of weird to do on your
so
front porch.
She
but
said that the guy's mother said that she didn't recognize the sheets.
that he hung himself with.
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? That those sheets weren't his?
Why are you so skeptical?
Because you have to be skeptical. You can't just go, oh shit. You know what I mean? Am I killing your boner?
What's he
right
gonna
now?
do? Buy new sheets to hang
Yo,
himself?
am I killing your conspiracy?
What's he doing?
boner?
Going to fucking Bed Bath and Beyond and buying a new set to make sure they work? She was like, I don't recognize the sheets. You fucking idiot.
I guess that's okay. You could. Here's where I'm coming at it from.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this is all good, but are you going to convict someone
Also,
on
who
not
hangs himself with a
recognizing-
sheet?
You're right. Yeah, it's not. It's not fucking. What was that movie? Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
It's not Shawshank Redemption.
Right. If you have access to rope,
Yeah.
you'll buy. If you really want to kill yourself, you'll buy rope for
Yeah,
it.
hanging yourself with sheets has got to be not the most efficient way to do it. You know, it probably takes longer because the sheets aren't that taut. Oh. Yeah. Okay. She doesn't recognize the sheets. Does that make me go? But again, so that means to
And then
you
another woman
that
who was a
these
prominent
guys
protester, she said
brought-
she got shot at. Some lady got shot at with her fucking 13-year-old in the car, and she's been like run off the road and harassed, and her home's been vandalized. So I'm just saying that like you have to understand the psychology of people who are like people who do shit like this. Like it's very low-minded, low IQ people who are like, let's kill them and get revenge. Because they're
Okay.
mad. Because they're mad that some cop murdered a kid.
Okay. So you're saying, who do you think is doing the Ferguson stuff?
I think it's either the cops or white supremacist groups or like something. And it's not. But the big problem is just
I
like
could see white
the
supremacist
Dallas
groups doing
thing.
it,
It's
yeah.
not being investigated properly. These cops probably have family members like
If you
in
think
the
it's white
Klan or
supremacist,
something.
sorry, Jesus. If you think it's white supremacist groups, I could see them doing some stupid shit like putting a snake in someone's car. Like, you know who owns a snake? A 6-foot python is a fucking white supremacist. That's
Yeah.
who owns it, for sure.
Yeah, but it's his snake.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's not
It's
giving up.
his-
Yeah, but he's
no,
not
it's-
giving up his pet snake, is he?
Yeah, but I think he thinks he's trained the snake to hate black people,
Mhm.
so he thinks he'll put it in there. It'll eat the guy, and then he'll be able to pick it up later.
Mhm.
Because he's so stupid that he thinks they'll be like, well, what are we going to do with this snake? And then he'll be able to go pick it up.
Yeah.
He doesn't understand that when a snake eats a body, it takes like days for it to decompose
Mhm.
inside the snake,
hmm
or digest.
Right.
I could see white supremacists doing all that stuff, not a centralized like the CIA doing it. I thought you were trying to insinuate the CIA was doing it.
Killing Ferguson activists?
Yeah, or doing something with that.
No, I think that like when you look at even people even the people who might have killed Kennedy, you think that it's like some evil plot. But really it's like they went to the when they tried to kill Castro, they
Mhm.
used like exploding cigars.
Yeah.
That's how they're not people who murder other people are not bright.
Not that smart.
And I think the problem is like I don't think we'll ever find out who killed this guy. I think it's this guy Joshua Brown. I think it's it's too much of a coincidence that he would get killed 2 days after he testifies in a high profile case. But I also feel like that's just because it's not going to be investigated properly. It's going to go away. We're going to forget about it. What happened to Sandra Bland?
I don't even know who that is.
That lady in Texas who allegedly hung herself in her jail cell.
What happened to Epstein? No one even cares about that anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
We're just sitting here doing our podcast.
Yeah, I will say 2 days after is pretty suspicious, but why wouldn't they just shoot him before the next trial?
Because then it's
More suspicious than 2 days after?
because I'm trying to say, people who murder people, it's not like a planned thing. It's like, I'm pissed off and now I'm going to fucking kill you. It's not like, oh, let's kill this guy. A lot of times it's not, oh, let's kill this guy to stop,
Okay.
so it's just they're pissed off and they want revenge.
All right. I will end it saying, not that podcast, but I'll end this discussion in saying that that's believable. People will do that, but it's just as believable.
Or it could be
to
a
me.
white supremacist group that killed this guy. I mean, I think this cop had connections to
White supremacists, really?
Yeah, I think it's people in her family or something.
That would make more sense to me, honestly.
Yeah.
That would make the most sense
Yeah.
to me. Is that if she had connections to that, one of her uncles was a white but people like using white supremacists for anything, and there's I don't think there's that many in the country. I think people are trying to overinflate how many of these active white supremacists there are.
Yeah.
Ferguson, there was only a couple thousand people, right?
Uh-huh.
I think the I don't know if there are that many.
You mean
A lot of
Charlottesville?
people-
Charlottesville?
Charlottesville, sorry.
Yeah.
Charlottesville. I think a lot of people are online white supremacists
Mhm.
where they say some shit, but most of them aren't. Hey,
Those people are still pretty violent, though. I mean, they killed the guy ran over those people with his car.
there's one guy. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, you got to stop.
If she has connections to white supremacists, which I don't know if that's alleged. I don't know if that's confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
That would make the most sense to me.
If it's someone in her family
That someone like her uncle sees his niece go to jail for killing this dude that he's like, she's honestly innocent, and also it's a black guy, and I hate fucking black guys. And then he talks to one of his friends. They get in an unmarked gray van, roll up, and just cap this
Okay,
dude.
but here's what I'm going to say, though. Because the Dallas police, she testified against a Dallas cop, and the Dallas police are investigating this murder of this witness. So how do you know they don't just have a file on a few known drug dealers, and they're going to set these guys up? I mean, it's not like that's out of the realm of possibility.
It isn't. I just think someone would talk.
Who's going to talk? One of the cops?
Jox Mitchell, man, the guy that's in the hospital. If he's
The guy they
arrested,
arrested?
yeah. If he's arrested, why wouldn't he just talk?
Talk about what?
That he was being set up, that he didn't do it.
Because he's gonna go, I'm being set up. I didn't do it, and that's what people think every guilty person
True, but
says.
if he leaned into the conspiracy, I think a lot of people would be like, "This guy's trying to."
Then they might kill him too.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows how much power these cops have? But it's like if they killed Sandra Bland in her jail cell, who knows? They're not just like, hey, don't say anything, or we'll fucking or we'll kill a family member of yours, and then it's just another dead black person.
You like to think of the cops as the mafia, but I don't think they are doing shit like that.
I think they have more. I think a big city like Dallas, I think they have more power than you're
Someone
giving
is
them credit for.
screaming at me listening to this right now, yes, they do.
Yeah, Yamanika.
You haven't.
She's gonna confront you.
Did she listen to this?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
I would love for her to come up to me and tell me all the shit that I don't know.
Yeah.
See, that's the biggest thing about this is that
I wish she was here.
oh, she would fucking tear me apart.
Yeah.
It'd be great. That's the thing. It's I just am asking because I go, nothing is presented to me that is that concrete.
Yeah.
What do you think Fisher would have, or who was supposed to be on it
Epstein?
today?
What?
Who was supposed to be on it today?
Alex?
Alex Fisher?
Alex English?
Alex English? What do you think he would have said?
I don't know. I don't even know if he knows anything about this. I just picked him because he's, black guy.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that's about it. Guys, check out Dylan's episode on Patreon, okay? Go to patreon.com/sitdownpod. You can
It was
support
good.
the
It was
show.
fun. We had a real good time. Did you have a good one today, Mike?
Yeah. Yeah.
You enjoying this?
Yeah.
Yeah?
We should have had a black person on, but whatever. Instead of your fucking crack ass.
Hey, man, just
Your
because
fucking mayo ass, crack ass.
just because I'm pushing back on your conspiracy theories.
Yeah, I don't need to hear from any more mayo ass white boys.
Yo, that's such a
I'm
good
trying to be
time.
woke, bitch. You want to plug anything?
Yeah, man. Just find me on Instagram, Dylan J Palladino. Dylan J Palladino, Palladino, and that's where you'll find my podcast, and you'll listen to it, and you'll enjoy it, and then one day Mike will be on it, and then you'll listen to it and enjoy that one too. All right.
All right.
You guys are all cucks, okay? Please tell me how I'm wrong online. I love hearing that stuff.
Yeah.
Take
All
us
right.
out, Mike.
Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.